Warning. The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Candidate number 1 is wearing an amazing sunflower of the youth. The Sunflower Maid Farm of the Youth opens every month of March until its full bloom on May. It is said to be the first ever sunflower made in the country. The fact that how to play with colors is just brought some queen of relaxing. Hooligans just wish to have a garden as beautiful as it was. The costume depicts the happiness and perseverance of the people of the youth, amidst trials, especially of the storm. The costume of candidate number 1 represents resilience, patience, and hard work. All together for a bright and a beautiful tomorrow. It's amazing sunflower indeed. Designed by Powerhouse Artisan and Management. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, Millennial number 1.
The Bahay Kubo is a house built using local materials such as wood, bamboo, and nipa grass. The architectural principles of the Bahay Kubo is stemmed from the basic needs of the Filipinos. Its walls are fabricated with bamboo or kawayan, together by tree, and at the back, although the Last Supper is easily one of the world's most iconic paintings, its permanent home is a convent in Milan, Italy. And moving it would be tricky to say the least. Leonardo da Vinci painted the religious work directly, and this is designed by Kim Fernandez and Sahaya J. Felix Motea. Once again, Mr. Millennial number 2.
La Union, as vibrant as it sounds, is the heart of diversified cultural point where one does not exist but from an emergence out of love and bravery from a tale that is almost impossible but indeed came true. This national costume is originated from the folklore beyond Ilampang, characterizing the endangered and elusive monster known as the Berkakan. Its headpiece made of rhinestone beadings signifies the battles that we have won, and just like the Berkakan, we are able to surface it and survive. The armor handcuff with rhinestone resonates strength and unity of every people in the province. And like the Berkakan, this part of the costume simply depicts our will and joy of our independence. And even though the Berkakan is depicted as an antagonist, the final piece of this costume binds them all. The backdress, which is made of showcases our Bayan culture,
also was introduced to the Philippines by the Spaniards during the 18th century. It serves as a deluxe mode of transportation that only rich and high-ranking officials can afford. It is used to be the king of the road long before the jeepney arrived. The kalesa is a carriage with 2 large wheels on each side, a roof to protect the passengers from glaring sun, and it's connected to the horse that pulls the carriage. This kalesa costume is made of rattan, wood beads, bamboo stones, limestone, Burma socks, shells, Christmas lights, abaca, nylon ropes, and rubber. And this is designed by A.G. Kirby Kiambao. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Millennial number 4,
Mark Lester Evangelista Nunez.
costume was named Karaki, an Ilocano term means someone who is good looking with manifest masculinity, bravery, and responsibility. This costume derived its inspiration from the epic of Beyond Nilamang, which portrayed the qualities and several characteristics of Ilocanos. It depicts unwavering bravery, justice, love, romance, relationship, journey, and even friendship. The rooster-inspired headpiece symbolizes downfall, hope, and resurrection. This means that you must have to experience failure in order to rise up again, and hope to never give up. The shoulder piece is delicately made by hands using bamboo, one of the local products of La Union, and embellished with tassel beads. The dog on the shoulder piece gives pride and honor on the ancestor of Lam, which are the great and hard-working of Ilocanos from Ilocos region, and embodies the bravery and masculinity. The armor and the spear manifest the leadership skills in protecting the town people of Nalbuan for possible colonization. Indeed, it is a picture of the Filipinos fight for their love, doing everything just to prove how dedicated they are. Once again, Saraki, a magnificent and dramatic costume designed by Jeb Quintero. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, candidate number 5.
Carl Angelo Domingo. This creative costume is a representation of a warrior dressed in a creative, modern aesthetics. This costume dates us back to history that men are brave and us powerful. The aesthetics used for this masterpiece was crafted to perfection to give emphasis to the rich culture of Pangasinan. The light symbolizes the Pangasinan lights, captivating, illuminating, and something that can never be dimmed. Please welcome once again your millennial number 6, John Darren Zamora Rodrigo. Being the gateway to trade, commerce, culture, and heritage of Ilocania, the costume represents San Fernando City, where the sea meets the mountains. We pay homage to the beloved weavers of basket of Pagoda. Where it symbolizes the use of natural resources and environmental. A creation taken from the local festival Dinagyang, which is a celebration of Iloilo City. The colors were so tropically alive and is just perking up the Filipino fondness for what is festive. As a note, the Dinagyang festival costume should be categorized into fantasy design. Those which are really Filipino tribal, folkloric, colonial, and regional. The stripe symbolizes hope, greatness, and power. This creation uses different materials such as feathers, beads, rattan, and rubber. This craft was collaborated and designed by Audi A. Caballerio and AJ Kirby. Please welcome once again millennial number 8, Mike Eldred Ilasin Torres.
This costume code represents both versatility and design, as well as creative energy. After all, design fuels our ability to use our imagination and create, whether it's a work of art, a new result, or even a new state of mind. This code is willing to expend the effort required to scale a mountain in order to avoid predators or find greener pastures as a symbol of creative energy. Goals remind you that your skills and practicing will help you become a more adept creator. This costume is made of rattan, wood, rubber, and mat, and designed by Miss Red Masangkay. So this, ladies and gentlemen, millennial number 9.
Roger Fernasio Jr. There was a time in the Philippines that only the nobles, rich and high-rank official can afford to ride a kalesa. A kalesa is a horse-drawn carriage which, according to historical accounts, was introduced in the Philippines during the 18th century. This carriage was at that time a status symbol and mark of prestige. During a kalesa is akin to have and as of today, when the Philippines was still under the Spaniards' rule, the kalesa is used by the Filipinos, also known as ilustradors, for personal transport and to conduct business. As said above, it is generally this in the higher adrenaline of society that can afford riding a kalesa. It is easy to imagine that during those time, riding a kalesa is a privilege and is an experience reserved only for the elite few. Designed by Glenn Mays Mark Tagyang Aquino. Materials are rattan, fabric, beads, and neoprene, and fake flowers.
The costume was named Maharlika. The Maharlika is made of tambo that originated from my hometown, which is the Cordillera. The costume is called Maharlika, which means fight, soar, and porpoise. We made this costume to finally inspire my community that whatever ethnicity, language, and background we have, we are still equal.
Me? Sorry.
This costume was designed by your one and only millennial number 11, Giancarlo Garcia and John Ray Fernandez.
Kailang gumawa, pero ginagaya ng type ko ginagawa.
Once again, put your hands together for millennial number 11, Giancarlo Garcia. This costume is inspired by a warrior prince of Malasiki named Achilles. Achilles is a wise prince bravely fighting for his native man and conquers all who fear. The headpiece signifies
Kukunin ko
strength.
sana ito ginawa mo lang.
People of Malasiki are
Ano, alam ko
known for.
kanina mo nga yun, oo, nagulat.
The spear
Kasi ito
implies dignity as he fight for equal rights, and the scarves around his arms symbolizes victory for every fight they won. He is Achilles, the warrior prince of Malasiki, Pangasinan. Materials used are feathers, beads, panig, and bamboo. This costume was designed by Jeffrey Fabros from Malasiki. Once again, put your hands together for millennial number 14, Jamil John de Los Angeles.
Number 15.
Yan, sige, basahin mo yan.
Candidate number 15 is wearing a Kadayawan Festival costume. This katutubong kasuotan is a pasasalamat at pagpapahalaga. Kadayawan came from the word Kadayaw, which means valuable and superior. To all the Lumat tribe in Davao, sila ang laing Pilipino na nagbuwis ng kanilang buhay para sa kasarinlan ng kanilang lahi.
Ayoko.
Material used in this costume is karma socks, abaka, Christmas balls, mirror, wooden beads, and of course the basket is made of bamboo and rattan and wet with dried flour. The sword and shield is made by rubber, wood, and wooden beads. So this, ladies and gentlemen, candidate number 15.
Candidate number 15, Russell Nicano.
Designed, created, and conceptualized by candidate number 16. This is inspired by statue of gods and goddesses, and this is indeed an art. The creative costume depicts the true picture of the real story behind the world of these generations. The masks represent the fake faces of millennials that even you sometimes see as smiling faces. Deep inside, there is a broken and problematic and suicidal. The chain symbolizes the generations being hooked and clumped at different addictions. The crown represents the great desire of almost all to have personal glory, fame, and presence. And lastly, the nude body effects. It shows that our millennial losing its conservative nature and normalizing something intimate and sex. The piece is the true museum of what millennials are. Ladies and gentlemen and judges, this is millennial number 16, Christian
So, paano
Leoquino
yun?
Marin.
Ilang game? Paano si 15?
Candidate number 17 is wearing a Walistambo costume. Walistambo is a handcrafted broom made from the flower stalks of tiger grass cut from the upland interior region called Alilem. Another classic which has withstood the test of time. Many of the old vegan houses have been cared for by zealous housekeepers wielding these handcrafted brooms. Designed by J.Rel Rosimo Napico. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, candidate number 17.
RJ Florania.
Made by Sama Badjao, Tausug, and Yakan people living in the Sulu Archipelago, Zamboanga Peninsula, and southern Mindanao. Vinta are characterized by their colorful rectangular lag nails or bukai and bifurcated prows and sterns. Vinta are used as fishing vessels, cargo ships, and houseboats. Smaller articulated versions of the Vinta used for fishing known as Tondaan. Vinta is also the name of a war dance that commemorates the migration of the Filipinos into the archipelago. The people in Sulu archipelago are nomadic seafaring tribe. The men of the tribe are known for a very artistic tattoo and skills in the art of fishing and diving pearls. People living in the archipelago make their living in trading and selling pearls for more over 1,500 years. That makes their culture and history rich in the Philippines. This costume is designed by Rufa Mashon. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Millennial 19, Vinta Vote.
It is Millennial number 19, Diogenes S. Ross III.
Millennial number 20. Costume is came from the word sari. The garments of different colors deeply related to their culture and manner. Rooster is with its beautiful and colorful feathers. It accordingly represents good fortune and prosperity and is also an essential trademark of their art forms. The costume of candidate number 20 is made by rattan, rubber mats, feathers, buckles, and bormuasa and substone. And this is designed by Trexie Morales. Brothers, ladies and gentlemen, candidate number 20, Joven Carrigo.
Was designed to represent the hard-working fish traders of the province of Pangasinan that thrives amidst the pandemic. The elaborated ensemble was executed in a silver and blue that includes headdress, which represent giving thanks to bounty harvest, and the bangus is the well-known product of the Tupan city. The silver and blue beads, crystals, and pearls were hand-embellished as a representation of the rich and fine-souled beds of the province where it was derived and owed Panag Asinan. Where salt is made, the person behind this creative costume is Isagani Costales. Once again, put your hands together for millennial number 21, Alexander Ivan Bolivar Velasco.
Number 22. Millennial number 22 is wearing the creative costume shows the vibrant colors of hope, love, and faith. This symbolism are what the town of Manaoag advocating for. The costume was made of beads to showcase a great devotion and religiosity of the town of Manawag. Materials used is polyvinyl. Designer Marlon Fernandez Muiro. So this, ladies and gentlemen, candidate number 22, Jude Miron.
This Igorot-inspired costume was handcrafted by Queen Monte Carlo that is made of poultry feathers woven in colorful beads. Just like any other indigenous group, the Igorots wore leaves, fiber, or nothing at all before they learned the art of weaving. This is a symbol of their carry-all bag called the Ambagyu, where they keep their small knives, talisman, charms, and betel nuts. Having this pattern woven into their skirt means to transfer the power of all the trinkets and the ambayo golds. He also carries the spear, which is used for hunting. Ladies and gentlemen, judges, Mr. Millennial number 23, Christian Joseph Maceda.
Ay, Maui, ang kalamaris mo. Kanina pa, oh. Kanina pa ba? Ay, ako. Hindi mo naman tigakalang. Ano to?
He decided himself, since it is the month of Christmas, his costume is inspired by the three kings. According to the Gospel of Matthew, the men traveled for 12 days by following the stars in the desert. That they lead them to baby Jesus in a manger. The three kings represented Europe, Arabia, and Africa. And their coming together was symbolic of unity. And the gold represents the sovereignty of God. In the Old Testament, Solomon had the temple built and overlaid in gold, even down to the priest's utensils at Jesus' birth. One of the gifts he received was gold. The gold offered by one is an acknowledgement of Jesus' royal standing. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, Millennial Lover 24. Millennial 25 is wearing an eerie costume. Eerie is an Ilocano term of palay. This costume aims to remind our generation to give more importance to our rice farmers and be a glimpse of hope for the future. As many Filipino rice farmers today will continue to face a lot of adversity, but as a hero that they are, to their dedication and hard work. The sun made of rubber, accentuated by colorful rhinestone, represent the victory and hope. This costume pays recognition to our unsung heroes, the hardworking Filipino rice farmers that gave every Filipino household the opportunity to be fed with our country's staple food. They thrive even as they feed a country that does not always appreciate them. This is a glam up rice farmer costume full of rhinestone, gems, and crystal. It is also the representation of a good harvest, designed by Jem Quintero of Jem Creation. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, Millennial 25.
Join the race, sila ron.
Kapal is the transcendent supreme, being the originator and ruler of the universe. He is commonly known and referred to as Bathala, a term or title which is in earlier times also applied to lesser beings such as personal spirits, omen, birds, comets, and other heavenly bodies, which the early Tagalog people believed predict evil. It was after the arrival of the Spanish missionaries in the Philippines in the 16th century that Bathala May Kapal came to be identified as the Christian God. This is a synonym with Dios. This costume is inspired from the Encantadia character Bathala, the god of all creations, purity, balance, and justice. This costume is primarily made of fur and feathers, rubber, mat, beads, chains, perfect combination for a costume made for the gods. In this world we are living, we do things, experience things, and live with things. And there is one being monitored us. Check on us every time, all the time. So we have to be careful and mindful of what we do for this, our God. We will be judged when the time we face Him comes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Millennial 26,
Justin Marcelo. The costume represents the mining, agriculture, and rich representation of heritage and its people. Being the largest mining site in the upland, it is known as the gold haven in the region. Secondly, and trees grew luxuriantly along streets. And lastly, the abundance of hands and feet are one and the largest producer in the region, as it represents unity, integrity, honesty, and accountability. Impartiality and transparency that thrives by the value of respect, teamwork, and achievement. Again, candidate or Millennial 27, the Tambul costume of Itogan Weekend, designed by Powerhouse Artisan and Management. Once again, this is Millennial number 27, Gerald Peralta.
To his humbleness and kind golden heart. It was named after him, Goldwyn. Just and it is the golden phoenix in represent boldness, inclusivity, and being true to himself. Fly above the storm and be persistent and win. This is designed by Jerwin Villota. Materials used are nylon, feathers, wooden beads, rattan, sequins, electric pleats. Ladies and gentlemen, judges, this is Millennial 28.
Aldrin Sus La Madrid. Representing Bayambang, Pangasinan. This costume, gold headdress symbolizes freedom, and the wings carries as the hope of the people of Bayambang. While the sword represents being brave to conquer all the burdens we face in the municipality, and the lights are the people of Bayambang. Gold is the main color of the costume to represent the magnificent journey to the crown. This costume was made by LED lights, battery, Lysol rubbers, rhinestones, wooden beads, and rattan, and designed by Jerwin Villota. Once again, this is Millennial number 29, Alan Francis Vilay. Costume was made of rattan feathers and insulator. Rhinestone. It is a Cupid inspired that symbolizes God of love. The bow and arrow represents how we love with a wisdom. The single arrow defines if we love, it must be constant. The color white represents purity and cleanliness, so a true love doesn't ask to pay you back. It must genuine. The outer color of the costume are green, black, red, and gold. The color green represents productivity. The black symbolizes our fear in love, while the red represents genuine love to overcome our fears. The color gold is color birthday, wherein my handler is hoping for, despite his disease, with my wins. You can see the silver lining, which a lot of us now facing new life. Challenges and happiness, and even victory after pandemic. Once again, this is Millennial number 31, Christopher Ritomalta Jr. This creative costume is a representation of an Igorot warrior dressed in a creative modern aesthetic. This costume dates us back to history, where men of Cordillera is presented as brave and as powerful. The bell used for this masterpiece was crafted to perfection to give emphasis to the rich culture of the Cordillera. Designed by Sir Andrew Visaya Jr. Once again, this
a man with the ability to fly with its wings. It also signifies na lahing walang sinusubukan. Ako ay Pilipino, taas noo kahit kanino. Materials used are liso rubber, steel, and trimmings. And this is designed by Jerwin B. Villocchia. Judges, Mr. Millennial 34,
John Paul Bienday.
Good memory. Feria comes from the Spanish word feria, which means god or deity, and related to a Latin word festus, meaning festive. This feria is a Philippines adaptation of a carnival or fair. It is just smaller than while composing games and rides. The famous bingo, 3 balls, color games. As you notice, adding whimsical delights, a piso on his ear symbolizes luck in every game. Feria is not just an ordinary fanfare for us, but also it signifies a strong foundation and tradition. Fiestas and Christmas are not complete without feria, where families go together and experience in having all the joy and happiness. Feria symbolize how simple Filipino are. The feria is an instrument of thrill and fun for everyone. In front of you is an idea of the joyful and mysterious feria. The fun, excitement, and joy come as one. Present to you Pinoy Feria designer, Mr. Arnold Barolo. And judges, ladies and gentlemen, millennial number 35.
Enrico Sadiasa.
Average 1 to 10 on first layer po ng ating center stage. Millennial 11 to 20 on the second layer of the stage. And millennial 21 to 35 on the upper part of our stage. Thank you so much.
1 to 10, first layer.
Be careful lang candidates, medyo malaki yung mga backdrop nyo.
Yes.
Second layer na ating stage will be 11 to 20. First batch, 1 to 10. Bababa po lang isa. First layer po ng stage. Second layer ang ating 11 to 20. And the upper stage naman po ang ating 21 to 35.
Yes, that is the costume competition for Mr. Millennial 2022.
A round of applause everyone for our 30 handsome gentlemen.
Ayan, very effort ang kanilang mga costumes. Wala bang malakas na palakpakan na may kasamang sigawan dyan, Pinolonias! Thank you so much!
Pwede na
All of you guys.
Itakip. Itakip. Eh kung pa-letter C natin sila.
Kasya kaya to sa
Ayan, maraming salamat, Pinolonias. Nag-enjoy ba kayo sa costume ng ating mga Mr. Millennials? Talaga ba?